We're on top of breaking news at 5. Chaos inside of Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles after gunfire erupts. Rapper PNB Rock is now fighting for his life after being shot. There's a press conference going on right now. Travis Rice is there. We'll have a live report coming up.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the shooting death of rapper PNB Rock. He was 30 years old and had 2 children. May he rest in peace, and prayers out to the family. Now, this story has become very popular because of what the girlfriend did before he died. You see, she posted their location. So on the internet, on Twitter, everywhere, people are saying, hey, you're the reason why he died. You give it a location. You're sloppy. How could you do something like this? It's your fault, all this, and that, and the third. But I don't think that's the appropriate response to this. First of all, they got to shout together. It's not really appropriate to say that without the evidence. But second of all, you're missing information. And third of all, I think there's another explanation that makes more sense aside from the whole Instagram post situation. Now, before we go any further, let's roll the clip. In this clip, you're going to see where they were. You get more context. You hear from police out there and local activists. And after we get done watching that, I'll come back. I'll talk about what was said there. Then I'll give you the rest of my 2 cents and my deep detail analysis. And then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Yes, and Chief Michael Moore just confirmed a few minutes ago that he was targeted because of an Instagram post. There were actually a couple, one from the rapper himself in the back parking lot when they first got here, giving somebody enough time to get here and kill him, and then another one from his girlfriend when they were sitting at the table. The restaurant is back open today, but obviously a much different vibe inside. People who work here extremely upset.
He was a guest in our community and was gunned down by a cowardly act.
Local city rights leaders call on LA City Council to offer a reward to catch PNB Rock's killer. It was a brazen murder in broad daylight. The rapper from Philly was eating lunch with his girlfriend, who's the mother of one of his 2 daughters. It was 1:30 p.m. Monday at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles on Manchester and Main in South LA. LAPD says an armed black man in a mask went up to their table, exchanged words, shot PNB multiple times, and stole his chain and a couple other pieces of his jewelry, and then ran out to a getaway car. Witnesses desperately gave the rapper CPR, but he didn't make it.
Don't wear the jewelry in any place out the doors right now. There's a lot of crazy people out there, and believe me, the crazy people are desperate. They don't target just rappers. They target anybody with money.
The 30-year-old, whose real name was Rakim Hashim Allen, was an established artist known by one of his hits, Selfish, that peaked at number 51 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2016. That same year, Rolling Stone included him in its list of 10 artists you need to know.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, there is a whole lot there. First things first, as you see, or as you heard, they both posted where they were on Instagram. Okay, so if Instagram is to blame, it can't just be about the girlfriend, because PNB Rock himself also posted where they were. Posted the vehicle, posted the particular location, Roscoe Chicken and Waffles. She did the same thing. Now, although the police think the Instagram post is what led up to his eventual death, the robbery and all this and that, I think there's another explanation that makes more sense. First of all, let's explore the whole Instagram post thing from the girlfriend's point of view. Now, I don't know exactly what PNB Rock posted as far as, Roscoe's or whatever. I don't have that particular one, but I did see the girlfriend's post. Now, it was an Instagram story, and it was some food. It wasn't anything from the outside to identify the location. It was just food on the table, and it says Roscoe Chicken and Waffles. Now, there are several different Roscoe Chicken and Waffles all over Los Angeles. So just by looking at the story, you don't know where exactly they are. They were on Manchester and Main Street. And if you know LA, you know that's the ghetto. You're right there in South Central. It's 4 to 5 active gangs right there. Okay, so you're in a dangerous area already. But you can't tell that just straight from the story by looking at it. You have to click on the location to see exactly where they are. So you got to have a few things going on here. First of all, You got to have somebody that knows who the baby mama is. That's number one. Number two, they have to click on the story right at the appropriate time when they're in the restaurant for 45 minutes or an hour, however long it was. Then they got to have the wherewithal to click on the actual name Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles to see which one they're at. They got to do all those things to be able to go locate him in the appropriate amount of time to rob him, kill him, or whatever. Okay? And same thing, PNB Rock. I don't know exactly how it was. Maybe it was a regular post, a story, but it probably was the same situation. You got to jump through a few hoops to be able to see exactly where they are. You see the whole thing about Instagram and blaming her, it'd make sense if it was a private residence and you had the address right there. Like with Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke posted, he's in Beverly Hills. He showed the outside features. You can kind of zero in where he was. They had like a street address on one of the posts. He pretty much gave up his address. That's different than you're in a public place and saying you're right here. Because if you're at Roscoe's, if you're in the hood, people can see you. You see, here's my explanation as probably what went down versus what the mainstream thought is. Just from me knowing a little bit about the streets and kind of being around that, this is probably what happened. They're in Roscoe's. He has on all his jewelry, first of all, which is a big no-no. In the hood, it don't matter where you are. You could be in Los Angeles. You could be Seattle, Washington, D.C., New York, Miami. Jewelry on, bad neighborhood. That's universally wrong to do. But anyway, you're in the hood, all your jewelry on, no security. You in there for a long time, 45 minutes to an hour. You're asking for somebody to identify you, look at your jewelry, and be like, okay, he's a sophomore, ain't no security, you don't have no gun probably. Go ahead and get him right here. Rob him. That's probably what happened. Okay, that's probably what went on. That's why what happened. He was killed, and then they took his chain, took his jewelry. It was a robbery. I don't think it was anything gang-related because PNB Rock's from Philly, not Los Angeles, first of all. And second of all, as far as his music, it's like more party boy type stuff. I don't know if it's like gangster rap. I don't think so. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you like I'm a PNB Rock fan. But from what I know, the music is not like bang, bang, shoot 'em up, gangster, repping sets. I don't think it's like that. I think it's more about just, party and that type of thing. Not no gang banging type stuff. I think what happened here was that it was a general robbery because he was in the hood with all his jewelry on, no security. And just a week ago, he was on DJ Academics talking about how he was in LA and it was a kind of a bad vibe. People were talking kind of crazy, talking gangster stuff right around him. So you know that you may have a target on your back because they recognize you. You got jewelry on. You're kind of a celebrity. You know that you're being recognized and targeted. Where's your security at? That's probably what led to his demise more than the Instagram post. Even if the Instagram post played a part of it, you being out there with no security and all your jewelry on was a hazard regardless. You're in a public place. People are going to see you. You see, like I said, it'd be different if he was in a private residence and then the girlfriend gave the address up. That's not what happened. They're in Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, a famous place right in the heart of the ghetto in South LA, South Central, Manchester, Main Street. I mean, that right there is probably what led to his demise. That makes the most sense. But as I close, I want to say this. I made this video just to give a different point of view, because people just want to automatically blame her, don't want to dig any deeper, and don't want to look at things from the street perspective. I'm not a street person, but I come from that kind of environment. I know guys that's in that environment. And I know how these guys think. What makes the most sense is they saw him right there and lined him up versus them seeing the post on Instagram and then following that post to where he was at. The street guys eat right there too. The street guys are all around there plotting. They live right there in that community. So if you put yourself there with all your jewelry on, you asking for it. LA is dangerous right now. Everybody knows it. I did a story right here about Kim Glass where she was just in downtown, not a rapper, nothing like that. She's an Olympic volleyball player, and she gets randomly hit by some homeless crazy dude with a boat and almost, tears her out of pieces. Right. And then there's also stories of tourists shopping on Rodeo. And then when they leave, they get in the car to go up to the hills or wherever they're staying, and they get followed back and robbed right there. That's going on right now in Los Angeles. So if you're out there, you got to be careful. And please, oh, please, if you're going to be a tourist, if you're going to be a visitor, don't go off of the beaten path. Don't go like off the resort. Like if you go to one of these Jamaica or somewhere and you want to go off into the rural streets of Kingston, okay, you could do that, but your life is in danger. And you got to ask yourself, is a few minutes of fun going out, getting some authentic jerk chicken, is it worth risking your life? Hey, you be the judge, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's going on here? Do you think the girlfriend is to blame for PNB Rock's death? How about PNB Rock himself posting on Instagram as well, their location? And also, no security, jury on, in the ghetto, visitor, not from there. I mean, for me, just knowing the streets and how they operate and being from that environment, I will never go to a place like that, especially with a bunch of jury on. I'm making myself be a target. I want to be as conspicuous. I want to be as low-key and inconspicuous as possible. I don't want to stand out. I don't want to stand out. That's what you got to understand about the street environment. You stand out, they recognize you, you're a target. A regular normie is a target. You out there shopping and what? You're in a dangerous place. You must act accordingly. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.